right, so I'm here with a boy named Courtney. It's the Courtney Show. You are now tuned in to another interview. Let's put it like that. I don't even know what episode this is. This is just one of my interviews. So I'm going to have my guest introduce himself. Go ahead.
What's going on? It's your boy Pauly D. Dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm excited, I ain't gonna lie. And a little bit of nervous my first time, bro. I appreciate you for having me.
Thank you. And you're welcome. Is this your first podcast?
Yeah, this is my first podcast. I've never been interviewed before. It's my very first time, bro.
So how you got prepared for this?
Actually, I was watching like Say Cheese, you know what I'm saying, like the Breakfast Club, stuff like that. Seeing what type of questions, maybe I can get a feel of how it might be like, type of stuff like that.
I ain't gonna ask you no fair questions, so you ain't gotta worry about that.
Okay,
I don't want to know none of your fair questions. But let's get into this though.
What's up?
Who are you, and how'd you come up with your name, Pauly D? Go ahead.
Okay, well, my name is Dallas Frazier, and I actually have a full name. I don't want to disclose the whole thing about my government name, but yeah, it's named Dallas, and the reason is Pauly D is because, well, my middle name is Paul, and I have 2 D's in my name, so it's kind of the reason why it's Pauly, but that's not the actual real reason. The real reason I named my name Pauly D is because it goes back into history, because basically my ancestor is my great-great-grandfather.
Okay.
He's a part of the Blackfoots.
I don't know what that is. Explain it to me.
It's Indians, part of the Blackfoots, and his name is Paul, and I'm only one of his descendants to be named after him. The only one. So to honor him, and it's a whole long history of what he did for my family. So to honor him, I named myself Pauly D. You know, 2 names, Dallas, David. So I just put Pauly in front of it and call it that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this: with your grandfather being part of the Blackfoot, am I right? What I just said, the Blackfoot. How does that make you feel? Because like you said, he's done a lot for his community and his people. So how does that make you feel as an individual?
I feel in some way honored, bro. Like I'm ecstatic about it, because it's like to be the first one. You're not even gonna name your son, not even your daughter, no type of way, or your great-great-grandchild. I mean, even though it wasn't him particularly, but I was basically chosen to have his name in my name. Yeah. Even if it wasn't first, it's just he's gonna be named after your grandfather, and he's the only one. Yeah. That's to me, that felt crazy. I was like, and I found out his backstory, what he did. You know, he had long gray hair, blue eyes, strong, masculine, mean-looking face.
Black man. Well,
yeah. I seen his face. Yeah, he ain't gonna he had long hair. So I was like, yeah, you look the man. He like a real Indian for like he a chief or something. But he look mean, but he a real cool. From what I heard, real cool down there.
That's cool. That's cool. So y'all got a lot of family tradition that y'all keep within the family. It's kind of lost a little bit. It's remembered. We talk about it, but we don't actually go through celebrate a type of thing like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you this: how'd you get into YouTube?
Honestly, YouTube wasn't something that I've never, want to do for myself. I actually was put on to YouTube through my little brother, you know what I'm saying? Because YouTube is not something, even to this day, YouTube is not something I wanted, that people, I don't want the people to think that YouTube is what I'm all about. No, I always wanted to be a businessman. That's what I always wanted to be. First, it was a ball player, football, of course. But it didn't work out so well. But my biggest dream was to be like a businessman with everything, actor, model. But businessman, it takes the cake, because like when you think about it, you still really working for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're a ball player, you're there. Think about it like this: you're their best star. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why I can't be the head honcho of you working for me? You're my best star. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how I thought about it.
That's real. That's real. I like how you explain that, because not a lot of people understand that, especially as like minorities in the world. Where, as of right now, I don't think a lot of people understand that we're bigger than just playing ball. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand that we're bigger than just being a rapper. We're bigger than just anything to do with entertainment. We're bigger than that. Like, there's people behind the scenes of the ball player, the rapper. Like, don't the ball player need an agent? Don't the ball player need, somebody to represent him in this and that and all this and that, those type of fields? So I'm glad you said that. Also, your branding is obviously on point. You got your Pauly D shirt on, so your branding is good. So you already in the right steps.
Man. I mean, this is like, this is supposed to be my merch for it, but that's another thing. This was my merch, but it turned out to be like I thought about it as like I wanted to be a real real clothing designer. Like, I really want to make clothes, and that's kind of how I was gifted. Also, you know, you probably seen because I cut hair too as well.
Yeah.
So I know how to draw, and I was never taught. I learned.
So everything you do is self.
Yeah, I learned from just watching other people do it, and I taught myself to do it. It took years of practice to do it, but I got it. You know what I'm saying? I got it down packed. So that's how I executed that. So when it came down to that, I started using my gift to draw to cut hair, and then from cutting hair, it went from drawing my own clothes, and that's how it was. I wanted to merch of the brand, but instead of, this was like a by the way, this is like 2 years old. This is a 2 years old brand. This is something I just kept for myself. But my new stuff will be coming soon. I'm not gonna disclose the information as of yet, but y'all will stay tuned to that. And it will drop. I've been working on it behind closed doors for a couple months now. You know what I'm saying? Like, say back around like May, July. That's why I really got back into it.
During quarantine, yeah.
Yeah, during quarantine, that was all the free time. There's no excuse. You know what I'm saying?
So let's backtrack a little bit.
What's up?
We know each other, obviously. We go back.
Mm-hmm.
But as someone growing up with you, for those who don't know you, how would you say your upbringing is, and how would you describe yourself as a jit?
As a jit?
Yeah. For those who don't know what jit is, that's obviously a child. Everybody not from Florida.
Yeah, true. I see myself as actually like as basically like, as somebody who's inspirational for I look at myself as a motivation because it's the fact that I use a word that I live by. I try to live by every day, as to never give up on anything that you're doing. You dig what I'm saying? Because, you know, I mean, yes, I'm the young cat, yeah, but it's like, it's not, even if some people don't really see what I'm doing, just know that I'm doing it. And I don't care how long it takes, bro. I refuse to give up. You know what I'm saying?
Perseverance in you.
Exactly, yeah. And I don't let that stop me from anything that I'm doing. Like, I continue, even when I tell them no. I'm very, very persistent.
So there's been times you wanted to quit YouTube?
Of course. Oh my God, I want to quit YouTube so many times, bro.
So what keep you going?
For one, the platform that YouTube set up for you, it's so many doors and opportunities that YouTube disclose out for you. It's so many opportunities inside of it that it opens up for you to do what y'all wanted to do. And I saw that as a way for me to basically put myself out there to do what I always dreamed of doing. YouTube is something that I come to enjoy, liking, and do because it's making me fun. You know what I'm saying? Making me I'm having fun doing it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I enjoy doing pranks as well. I mean, even my first live was not by my parents. This is my parents told me, by the way. First live was not by my parents saying peekaboo or something like that. My first live was literally my daddy fall down the stairs. So it's like that right there. I knew right there since that I really like pranking people.
Yeah.
It amuses me. I really don't care if nobody else like it. If you do, hey, you're on the same page.
Yeah. So being a YouTuber, there's obviously, a lot of them around now.
Yeah.
But my question for you is, not necessarily what makes you different, but what do you want to bring to the game? You know what I'm saying?
Well, honestly, I'm not, because when people put a category in it, it's basically, when people put a category in it, it's like saying a ball player.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, like like LeBron and Curry, right? Mm-hmm. We all know LeBron can do all five. You know what I'm saying? We're not Curry, he just masters shooting out the gate. So when that being said, it's like it limits you. It's like you're in this category, but I'm over here. I don't look at it like that. I look at it as like I'm being the best me because I'm doing what makes me happy, and in what I do. And I don't look at it like, oh, because everybody, and honestly, there's a lot of YouTubers that's way funnier than me, way litter than me, creates way better content, but I look at it like I'm in my own lane. I don't compare the two. I just I focus on myself, and then I do what makes me happy, and then, you know what I'm saying, I'm lit, you lit, you know what I'm saying, it don't matter, let's just say you're way litter than me.
There's money to go around for both of us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, you might be lit, and you might hire me, but I'm still lit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, it doesn't mean it doesn't make me lit at all. I'm still lit, you just litter, but I'm still lit.
That's real. So, okay, you said you played football. What school you went to, and then How was that football experience?
Oh man, well, football was really crucial. The training was very crucial. And to be honest, I had to do everything out of pocket by myself because I've never been to high school. Never been. I was homeschooled since middle school. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was homeschooled since middle school. And
so hold on. We're not even gonna talk about high school yet. Let's talk about that, because you one of the first people that I know that's actually homeschooled.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And a lot of my friends be like, "Oh, I wish I was homeschooled." No, you don't. But let's hear from someone who has been homeschooled. So, how was that transition? I know you were young, but how was that transition going from elementary school when you see all your friends every day, you're hanging out, and then middle school is just you and I don't know who was teaching you?
Oh, actually, I left middle school.
Okay.
From high school is when I started getting homeschooled.
Okay. So from so that's even bigger. So from middle school to high school, how was that transition? Was it harder?
Actually, it was very lenient. It was extremely boring though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mine was 24 hours. As long as I completed that work in a day, I'm good.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if they have that site up or anything like that anymore, but that's how it was for me and my other siblings. Like, it was terrible because I missed my friends. Like, I used to finish my work sometimes and then ride my bike on school campus just to spend time with them because I was just so bored. Like, It was some ways, but it was worth it because I had fun. It's like I got butterflies on the way just because I know I was so lonely just not being around anybody. And it was like that experience, like just doing homeschool. Me personally, it's good if you got the mind for it. If you can really focus, do it. If you can really focus, do it. But if you just talking about at the gate doing it, I'm telling you, it's not for everybody.
Do you suggest homeschool? So if any parents listening, do you suggest homeschool for like kids?
Yes, if you gonna stay on top of them. If you just gonna be doing your thing, like I'm finna go to work and you do your work, it's not gonna work like that. I'm trying to say it right now, because they're not. I mean, kids can say whatever they want, but you know, even if they're good kids, it's just that. Be real. If it's 8, 7 in the morning and they gotta be on school and you leave them, you think they're gonna actually wake up? Nah, bro. They're gonna wake up when they're ready. Yeah. So I'm like, if you own them, yeah, but if not, then don't do it.
That's real. Okay. So now back to football. Let's go back to football. Okay. So your football career, you said it didn't last long. You said
no, it didn't. Yeah, it didn't go so well like I planned it because I had to go out of pocket with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I never been to never been to high school, so I never had highlight tapes. So I had to literally do like walk-ons and try walk-ons. I talked to the coaches at FAU before and some others in other states before, and they just wanted me to basically complete school and send highlight tapes or go try out and see how my performance is. But I didn't have enough qualification to even start. You know what I'm saying? To this day right now, I'm still like in transition from trying to move to go to college right now. You know what I'm saying?
So you want to go to college?
Think about it.
Okay.
It's still iffy, but you know what I'm saying? If it's going to be like how it is right now, I'm not going to go. But if it gets better, then probably
it's making it difficult for you. Anytime it's difficult, it's just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you mean like me going there for a couple of years, nah, because me personally, it could be about with shit. I feel like college was a real scam unless you have a full ride or you're going there for business. Otherwise, if you're going there for a job like not like nursing or whatever like that. But I'm talking about like anything else. I mean, I don't see the purpose in it for you can go spend like 4 or 5 years to get out with a regular paying job, or $20 an hour or $30 an hour, and you invested thousands of dollars, and that money can go towards your own
business.
You dig what I'm saying?
So, as a person who's in school and God willing transfers to a 2-year university, well, to a 4-year university, the reason why I say school is beneficial, and the reason why I suggest it for those who are interested, only for those who are interested, it's for the mere fact of it's not about what you learn in school, it's about who you end up knowing. You get what I'm saying? In school. Now, Mark Zuckerberg, a lot of people like to say, oh, he dropped out of school. I tend to tell them he dropped out of school because he knew the right people to drop out of school. You get what I'm saying? Now, for him, think about it. He started Facebook at Harvard. If he never went to Harvard, there would be no Facebook.
True.
You get what I'm saying? Because it was an idea of somebody else's that he attached on to. They became a group. They started figuring out the kinks of it. A lot of other shit happened. He kicked them out, all this and other that. But he ended up getting around the right people to make that dream come reality. So that's why I suggest school for those, because I just say at the end of the day, you get to meet a lot of people that will help push you and help open doors for you that you wouldn't necessarily have open. And it's not to knock those who say, I don't want to go to school. I get it. But my whole question to them is, you don't go to school and you have that $30,000 in your hand. What are you going to do with that $30,000? Who do you know that's going to help you with that $30,000? You get what I'm saying? As to, yeah, you might have some debt and all this and that, but if you played your cards right, you'll have friends and people you can work with that'll end up making you a millionaire. Maybe not now, maybe not 5 years from now, maybe 10, 15, 20, but you still got to your end goal. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes us as not even just black folks, but a lot of people, us as just humans, we tend to knock those things that seem a little harder because we're like, well, I could do it on my own. But it's just like, you can do it on your own, but that hill is just going to be 20 times harder now. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. You walk in and I'm not knocking nobody who doesn't want to go to school. I please hope you don't think that. But I'm just saying, like, you walk in somebody's office. I know we going back to the whole point of being a boss, but even as a boss, you got to walk in somebody's office because you need somebody money, you need somebody loans. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, what's going to be the reason that makes them give it to you? You know what I'm saying? What's going to be the reason that makes them say, okay, we got you? That extra piece of paper might be the reason. It might not. It might not as well, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thought process behind it.
I mean, that's what you asking me?
No, it wasn't asking. It was just like a little rebuttal type shit. Yeah. I didn't know if you wanted to keep going. That's why I got quiet.
No. It's I basically what you said. You feel me? And I don't really need an output to it because, like, I said my facts, you said the facts.
Yeah.
You right, no cap.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, we obviously in the fucking woods right now. We obviously in the woods right now. But yeah, this is a nice podcast. I like it, man. I love it right now. So let's get into this. If you were to play football, what position you think you would play?
Well, of course, running back, of course, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Possibly slot receiver due to my height, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, yeah, running back. And even if that wasn't the case, I still would pick running back if I was 6 foot or 6'5", due to the fact because I just like the position.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just fell in love with it.
Yeah, like I like the point of running the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Hitting niggas, running the ball.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just me running the catch the ball, it's straight, but I like the, you know what I'm saying? Oh, give him go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I like that.
Okay, so how did you fall in love with football? Well, I don't know if you fell in love with football, but how did that become your favorite sport?
Oh, I definitely love it.
Okay, so how did you fall in love with football?
Actually, it's been passed down in the family. Actually, you know, my uncle, he's actually a coach. You know what I'm saying? He has his own little thing. You know what I'm saying? He hosts 7-on-7s every year. You know what I'm saying? He actually was pretty big. You know, from all different types of high schools, Carnegie, St. Thomas, any other ones you can think of that's all in Broward County.
Shout out to your uncle, man.
Yeah, for Coach Mac 101. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who probably heard of him, but if you heard of him, then yeah, he lit.
Yeah, you round the white people if you heard of Coach Mac. Then obviously to be with Gibbons and St. Thomas, that's a big one. So let me ask you this: going into, like, you know, you said your grandfather is part of the Blackfoots, and your uncle, you know, does coaching football. You seem to be somebody that your family is a lot of leaders and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: how do you handle pressure? Like,
handle pressure?
How do you handle pressure?
Well, at first, I ain't gonna lie to you. At first, I used to handle it like I used to be nervous and whatnot. But honestly, it's like pressure is like it's really a mental thing because it's going. Sometimes people get nervous and they get fearful, not because they don't know what to do, because they're afraid of losing. So I just take it one at a time and just keep calm, relax. I'm very nonchalant, like not like I don't care, but it's like I'm very just chill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So under pressure, at first it's gonna be like, oh snap, stop thinking about it. But when you start doing it, you overwhelm yourself, overthinking stuff. Just vibe, just chill out. You know what I'm saying? So when the stuff start crashing, I'm like, okay, take a breather and just think, because you freak out, you're not helping the situation.
The reason why I asked you how you handle pressure is because the mere fact of a lot of people, regardless of what it is you do in your daily life, you go through some type of pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, what separates great people and I'm not gonna say average, but the normal person is how they deal with pressure. And I like to ask people that because you always learn something about different people, about how they handle pressure. Like you say you take it one step at a time and you're nonchalant, not necessarily nonchalant because that's a strong word, but like you don't let shit rattle you. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I want, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to learn. So that's why I tend to ask that. But one of my last questions for you is, who inspires you?
Inspire me? Well, that's a good one. That's a good question. Honestly, my parents. And I'm gonna explain why. My parents is because, and this, let me say this before anything. If y'all listening, if y'all watch this or listen to this, it's not shade thrown to y'all or anything like that. This is me being honest, and I can't be no more real than I'm being right now. My mom, because seeing the type of stuff that she went through, it's like if you did all that while going through all of this, you know what I'm saying, I know I can do it. And just the mere fact that me have to watch that, know that I can make a change or a difference to it, pushes me to do better for the both of us, you know what I'm saying, for all of us. And another person, my pops, you know what I'm saying, he get a little deep, but he wasn't really all the way in my life like that. He wasn't really in my life. Younger age, yeah, but till when I got older now, you know, over the phone, but not really as in a full household, you know what I'm saying? So, and I looked at where his life has been because he was a musician and he was very, very talented. I give him credit for that. And he's a hustler, so I can see where I get my
ambition from.
Yeah, ambition from, because even no matter what happens, he put everything aside for his bread. He's gonna do it. Even if it's throwing us to the side, he still get the bread though. That's just one thing. You know, he was talented enough to have, like, you know, Channel 7 News come out to watch him perform and put him on the news. Yeah, and he was in the newspaper a couple times, you know, so he was actually doing the right path. But it's like the way that he was trying to do things, he did it wrongly, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into details, put the business out there, but, you know, he just say he did it wrong, and he didn't do it the way he should have done it. You know what I'm saying?
And you learned from that.
Yeah, and my motivation towards from him is I never wanted to be like him. I never wanted to be at the age that he is, to be where he wastes so much time in his life. You know what I'm saying? And even if it's to the point where it's like you know, he's still hustling everything. Everybody have opportunities. Everybody got 24 hours. So what you do in a day? I don't allow that to bring me down. I use the motivation. Do you want to be here when you're 20? That's why I don't care if like people go party and they're gonna do this all that extra stuff. That's cool. Have your fun. I mean, I don't understand living in a moment. You're gonna be young,
of course.
You know what I'm saying?
But you're not young forever.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You're only gonna be in your prime for so long. I use this time right now. That's why I barely go out like I used to. Summertime was a crazy point, but no, I had to literally look like, bro, I'm not getting no younger. I don't want to be here for the next 5-10 years. You know what I'm saying? I put that in my motivation in my mind, like, bruh, I gotta go. I gotta be, you know what I'm saying? People might not think so. Yeah. But it's because you just don't know. It's fine. That's perfect. I want you to be like that.
And mad respect to you, bro, because the mere fact of a lot of people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? That we live, that the things you do now in your 20s is literally the results you're gonna get at your 30s and 40s. Now, there's a lot of people that may, you know, slip up now that can clean it up later, but there's a lot of us who won't have that chance to clean it up later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the things we do now, the actions we display now, you know, the tendencies we pick up now, habits and all that, all carry on through the rest of our life. Because remember, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Right.
So if you've been doing some shit for 10, 15, 12 years and it's been lit and getting you right all your life, you're not gonna stop. So big kudos to you for understanding that, man. G shit.
I appreciate
big kudos to you. Last question I want to ask you. Well, no, because you mentioned your father, and you know, as someone who doesn't have a father, I have a father, but my father left me around, like, I think 10, 13, around that age. What is one thing you learned from your father? You don't have to go into detail, but just like a overall,
yeah, like a little summary. Okay. One thing I did learn from my father. That's why I was basically saying how ambitious he was. Just don't give up on what he's doing. Because even though my father is, he wasn't there, and he didn't do everything he's supposed to do, and he was at his, his prime, his breaking point where he was actually getting noticed. He was still doing stuff. To this day, he's still writing new stuff, still writing music, still doing stuff, still trying to pursue his dream at the age he is, after all this time. You know what I'm saying? He's still taking initiative to keep going. Like don't ever quit.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of things I actually I put myself on. You know what I'm saying? That's why I call it. It's actually one of my brands too. It's called Strive for Greatness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I use that as a way to like, don't ever give up, because people do not know how close you are, and then when things get tough, that's when they want to be like, forget it, call it quits. Nah, because you don't know days tomorrow. That's your chance. You just missed out, but you just gave up.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
That's real. There's been so many times where I done like messed up, and I would think that, it's the end of the world, but then, when you don't quit, that's when right around the corner is not the best thing that happened to you, but a positive sign that you're going in the right direction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my last question for you is, I ask everybody this. Yeah. Give a message to the people.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, my message for y'all, everybody who's listening, no matter what you're doing, first and foremost, keep God first. Because without Him, relationships, friendships, businesses, brands, even if you athletically playing, or no matter just whatever it is, do not do it without God first. Because I promise you, I tried. Not all, but just about a small percentage of it. And without Him in it, it did not work. It did not work. No prayer, no nothing, nothing to it. It did not work. That's for one. Two, don't ever give up on what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because it will literally change your life. Like if you keep going, you know what I'm saying, and you look at the fact that, oh, it's okay. Just hustle to it. Don't break down. Don't get depressed. Don't get discouraged. Just keep going, because like, you so close and you just don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? And here's another thing. The last thing. When you go through things like within, like I said, your life and everything's going bad, you know what I'm saying? Not only keep God first, but be humble. You know what I'm saying? To those others who do you wrong and things that you go through, keep a smile on your face, because you gotta understand, you doing your dirt to other people out of animosity and spite, it's not going to help the situation. It's going to make it much worse. You know what I'm saying? So just keep a smile on your face and keep going forward, because killing with people with kindness is the only way to actually not win or as a revenge, but actually you mature as like, it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Because people know. You know what I'm saying? They know. They know
when they done you wrong.
They know for sure. You just allow them to do that and just keep God first, pray for them. But it's just, be humble, be a humble person. Don't be ignorant. Don't try to be nobody else. Do stuff because it makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? And do what you always want to do and forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Keep God first and, love everybody. You know what I'm saying? Power to people.
So this is another episode of the Courtney Show. But before we get out here, I'm going to let him tell y'all his Instagram one more time, where y'all can find him at Instagram, YouTube,
yes,
Twitter,
sir.
Whatever. Go ahead.
Follow me on the official Pauly _ on Instagram, and Pauly, PAULY, 2 D's, uppercase, on YouTube. You dig what I'm saying? Stay tuned for all my merch and all my stuff that's coming soon. Look for it in 2021. I will say that part though. Look for it in 2021. It will be coming soon. And I love all y'all, everybody, my supporters and everybody. I appreciate y'all for looking out. You know what I'm saying? Much love. God bless.